Will you dare to love? Millennials and Gen Z, I want you to order my new book, Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust by Najwa Ferreira, because this is our time. Available today on Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Najwa. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new here, please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button right now. Hit it right now. Like, subscribe, comment. You can also donate to the channel if you please. Right now, today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that narcissist that affects your marriage. It's a difficult topic. It is a very difficult topic. And let me break it down first, because I am actually not talking about something that people deal with a lot or face a lot, where there is a narcissist within the couple, like whether the wife or the husband, or, if it's two women, if it's one of the women, if it's two men, if it's one of the men, we want to be inclusive, but where someone within the marital home, the marital bed is a narcissist. We're not talking about that. This is actually where you have two normal, for all intensive purposes, what does the word normal mean? But for all intents and purposes, non-narcissistic individuals in a marriage, but there is a narcissist influencing the marriage, that is a pain in the butt. To make it clear, this could be, for instance, people always, this is one that people really, really know, connect with, understand. Y'all hear that Southern coming out? I just said connect with. Connect, like N-E-C-K, connect. Oh my God, it's so crazy. That they connect with, right? So it could be that mother-in-law. This is one that people are always talking about. Oh, my mother-in-law is coming to visit. I'm really not feeling it. My mother-in-law is coming to visit, whatever. Sometimes you sometimes hear father-in-law, but don't you? Yeah, that's pretty funny, right? It's usually mother-in-law. So Karen, they've been calling you a Karen for a long time. It's just, I guess there were other terms that were using it, but that's one big one, the overbearing mother-in-law who's going to come and rearrange all your furniture, who's going to tell you your cooking is terrible, who's going to tell you that you're looking a little pudgy, even though mother-in-law looks like they came from an egg. It's like, that is that mother-in-law. So that could be one very simple example of a narcissist who is affecting your marriage. Another example could be a friend. So it could be your husband's friend, and, wife just literally cannot stand this guy. He could be terrible with money and is always borrowing money from your poor but sweethearted husband, and your husband just is like, hey, he's just a bit down and out. I know he's good for it. He's going to pay me back. But wife is like, I'm not buying it. The guy, the friend of the husband who comes over and eats all your food, drinks all your beers, the guy who gives your husband bad real estate investment and business advice, the guy who has no boundaries. I'm pretty sure some of y'all ladies out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly who that friend is. He probably has some sort of issue with drugs and alcohol. Maybe he's got some substance abuse stuff going on, and you're afraid that his buffoonery is going to rub off on your husband. Another example could be maybe a boss, Maybe the wife has this boss that just has no sense of professionalism and boundaries. They call when you are at your baby's christening. They call when you are at your 6-year-old's ballerina recital. They call on a Sunday afternoon when you're just trying to spend some time with your family. They email you at 4 o'clock in the morning and you've got to be to work at 6:30 in the morning. They call you when you are literally having, I don't know, a liver transplant. Who knows? It's like they literally don't care. This boss that just is like overwhelming your life, and they don't see that you have a life outside of the job, and that the job is not supposed to carry out outside of the job. It's supposed to end at 5 o'clock, right? Which, as someone who, I'm a freelancer, but usually where I freelance is out of California. It's where the most advertising work is. And I just saw, I can't remember if it was all of California or if it was Los Angeles, San Francisco, one of them. But Los Angeles really is where tech is alive. It's where the unicorn companies stay. It's where Hollywood is. And yeah, the work culture, it can be very, very overwhelming. It could be those 4 a.m. calls. It could be the Saturday calls. It could be the Sunday calls. It could be the I'm at the recital for my kid. It's really like that, guys. What you see on TV is true. And I know that in California, I haven't had the chance to really look into it yet, but they passed a law, like a right to sign off law, like basically where you have the right to, once you shut down your computer and go home at the end of the day, if you're working remote, once you sign off at the end of the day, you have the right to not be contacted, to not be emailed, to not have to respond, to not be bothered. Like, it's okay actually to email. It's okay to email, but you shouldn't be expected to respond after a certain hour. If you've been working 8, 10, 12 hours, you should be able to shut off. I mean, if you've been working 5 days a week, you should be able to have a Saturday and a Sunday. So yeah, it could be that narcissistic boss. It could be a niece. It could be somebody who, you play ball with every once in a while. It could be an aunt. It could be an uncle. The key is that it is a narcissist, just the classic attributes of a narcissist, right? What are they? They are self-centered. They're just a little bit crazy, right? Like, they're a little bit crazy. Like, they don't understand boundaries. They don't understand social norms. They don't understand empathy or sympathy. They don't understand anything. It's just like they're absolutely clueless, and they exist in this universe and this bubble of their own, and they're just like, feed me supply, feed me compliments, feed me, food, feed me everything that is about me, How to deal with that, now that we've gotten the definition of that narcissist that affects your marriage out of the way, how do you deal with it? Well, as someone who has had direct experience with this, it's an ongoing struggle. And I think that this right here, opening up the lines of communication to people who have been through it, giving each other advice, hey, this worked, this didn't work, I feel like that's going to be number one. I've gotten so much good advice for other people who have been through stuff with narcissists, right? So I feel like just that link of communication, opening up that rapport to talk about it. The next thing I think is talking with your spouse about it clearly, and sometimes your spouse might already be on the same page. Now, if your spouse is already on the same page, you're golden, because you guys can set down boundaries together. If your spouse is on the same page, you can set boundaries together. There's some validation there. You talk about it. You understand each other. And I've had that experience of where you're on the same page, but I've also had those other experiences where the spouse doesn't see the narcissistic attributes of this person. So when it's in the case where when your spouse doesn't see the attributes, you just have to continue to, I know it sounds like cliche, but be nice to your partner. Try to be understanding. Ask a lot of questions. Ask them, why they like this person. What is it that they see in them? What are the great qualities that they see in them? Try to really understand more what it is that attracts your partner to that person. And I just try to be there for them, try to do things for them. And in the end, you're going to show that you're so much more reliable. You're so much more accessible than that narcissistic person. Because at the end of the day, narcissists don't care about anybody else. They care about themselves. So you just keep being good to your partner and set firm boundaries. It's okay for you to set firm boundaries with that partner. With that friend of your partner who is narcissistic. Or that person in your partner's life who is narcissistic. It's okay to set firm boundaries with that narcissist in your partner's life. But you just continue to be good to your partner, and they're going to see the difference between you and them. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Tell me if you've had experiences with this. And again, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I post a video, and you can donate as well.